You and I, we're like fireworks and symphonies exploding in the sky. With you, I'm alive. Like all the missing pieces of my heart, they finally collide. So stop time right here in the moonlight, 'cause I don't ever wanna close my eyes. Without you, I feel broke, like I'm half of a whole. Without you, I've got no hand to hold. Without you, I feel torn like a sail in a storm. Without you, I'm just a sad song. I'm just a sad song. With you, I fall. It's like I'm leaving all my past in silhouettes upon the wall. With you, I'm a beautiful mess. It's like we're standing hand in hand.
We just wanted to gather everybody together to visit and pray and share some stories about Corbin. I know we all know him, some of us from, you know, an infant. I got to meet Corbin when Corbin and my daughter Erica were in kindergarten together at Shady Brook.
You know, every single person here has experienced with Corbin is him walking into a room and just meeting anybody and putting a smile on their face. He never met a stranger, and he was always there to, even if he was having a bad time himself, he would lift you up.
Corbin was my brother, and he's way more than that to me. He was my best friend, and the person I could go to, talk to about anything, any mistakes I made, and I wouldn't have to worry about being judged. Celebrate the moments that we had with him, and like she said, you know, he never met a stranger, and I mean, as far as I know, I'm the same exact person as my brother is. So I just feel like I lost a piece of myself, and I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight because it means a lot, and to know that everyone here, you know, took initiative to come out here and celebrate the life that he did have, and I really do appreciate it.
It meant a lot. He's like a brother to me, and you know, definitely, I always remember him being a really happy guy, was smiling, and it was just always, you know, a good time whenever he was around.
He had such a good soul, and you know, I love him and I miss him, and I know we all miss him, but we all got to be strong for him. I mean, I know I'm going to push even harder. I had some really bad times in my life. 2 years of my life, I had a really downhill, and when I came home, Corbin was one of the first people to look at me and show up to me and tell me, bro, you're free, and you're going to keep on pushing, and you can do anything you want. Corbin, I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for Corbin. Corbin did an impact on all of our lives, whether you know it or not. And I love him, I miss him, and my prayers are out for all y'all.
You know, we all know Corbin was very outgoing and he wasn't afraid of anything. And he taught me a lot about being fearless. He was just a very special person in my life. He wasn't afraid to be different, you know, always giving himself crazy nicknames, you know, Corbin the Borbin. Corbin never taught me, you know, size never mattered, because we all know Corbin wasn't the tallest guy on the block. Yeah, he was definitely, he wouldn't back down from nothing, so he's very courageous, very outgoing, and he's a very strong person, and I miss him, and I love him.
It may not have been much of what he said, but him just smiling and laughing, like looking at me and laughing, just made me laugh a lot more.
We're really all going to miss him, and I know that for a fact. And there's no here people that's going to miss him more than anybody that's sitting at this table.
Every single time that I had a birthday, he'd show up and surprise me, and he was always the life of the party, basically, you know, in a good way.
The biggest memory I have of him is my sister passed away in March, and he is truly the most selfless, kind person I've ever known. He was always messaging me, asking how I was, how my mom was, how my family was, and I really just never met anybody as kind as he was. And my condolences 100% to you guys, and if y'all ever need anything, I'm around, and he will be truly missed.
I and my dad are very proud to get to know him and meet him for the little time that we did. But God bless you guys, and we're all here for you.
We can all say that he had $1 million smile on him, because every time I looked at his smile, it made me want to smile.
Every time I come back, he was there. Every time I came back just for a couple weeks, he was always there, hanging out with me. Patrick helps out a lot.
This kid had so much heart and character, and everybody has touched on, you know, the personality of this young man, and he did. He lightened up the world, man. You walked in and this kid was like, how you doing, man? And the next thing you know it, you got a friend. He was just that kind of a special young man, and I'm gonna miss him.
It's hard to believe, you know, so I'm here to say my goodbye to Corbin.
He would just show up in my backyard no matter where I lived, and he would just be there, and I was happy to see him, and I would do anything to have him show up in my backyard again. And so sorry for your loss, and what a beautiful job you did raising him.
And whenever I was down, he would always just bring me right back up, and I'll miss him. I do remember he always did eat my candy.
They brought in these kids as their own. I love them, I cherish them, I always have, I will always love them.
He'll always be remembered with those good memories. And when we think of the house, when we see the house, we think of your family. And those times of our kids growing up together. And I just wanted to pay my respects to the family. Corbin was the first friend that I made when I moved to Bedford.
That's one of some of the best memories I can think of is just Corbin running out there, and he was so good at soccer. And he was so small, but he was so fast, and he would juke people like ways you wouldn't even think of, I'm telling you.
I've known Corbin since he was 5 years old. They were in kindergarten together. And all through the years, Corbin was always at our house. As a matter of fact, he spent half of his senior year living with us. And I took him to graduation, and he always was around, and he always had a smile. I remember the first time I ever met him when we were in Shady Brook. I used to go a lot to have lunch with my son, and Corbin would always sit at the same table. And I remember Corbin was just a tiny little boy, thin, really small, and Julian hated the food that they served at the cafeteria. And Corbin would eat everything. He would just take everything off his plate. He would eat all the time.
So overwhelmed by all the support as a mother is to find out how many lives my son touched. I know my son is not how he passed away, but as his heart, his soul, his life, his mom. I found a dog, bring it home. Go on, Corbin, put him in the backyard. Mom, another dog. Mom, a lizard. Mom, yeah, we were. My son was amazing, wonderful, smart, caring young man. And just thank you all for coming so much. This is how parents, everybody should remember their son. And if this didn't happen tonight, this is just a blessing. This is a blessing for me. And just thank everybody. Thank you all.
For my firstborn child, it just brings me peace. And thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know how my son became such a fearless lion with such a meek teddy bear for a father, but it's nice hearing these stories. I'll tell you my first memory of Corbin. We were in a hospital and we were in Germany, and he was being born. Well, he came in and out 3 times before he finally came out. And I looked for 10 fingers and 10 toes, and they were all there. And of course, he had a penis. He was a boy. Yes, sir. All right, good, good. But his head was twice as long as the rest of his body. And you know, and I've been around homes with handicapped people, and I've seen these waterhead babies, and you know, and I was really scared. And the medical staff all spoke German, and I kept asking what's wrong with my son's head, and they kept saying alles klar, alles klar. No, it's not okay. All right, his head's twice as long as his body. It's not okay. I took a break from that, and I walked out, and I'm going down the hospital walls, and there's pictures of every baby that was ever born in this hospital on both sides. I'm looking at every one of them for a cone head. Not a single cone head in the place. I rushed back into that room, delivery room, and I'm demanding to the staff, you bring me an English-speaking doctor in here right now. Now. And Susan's yelling, going, Richard, your mom's on the phone. Oh, really? So Mom explained the process to me about the bones growing back together and everything, and it was all good after that. But yeah, I kept watching for that head to go down. My son was very gifted intellectually. He was so brilliant. He had so much potential. He was taken too soon, and he didn't have the time to live up to it. But I know he could have. You know, he could have done anything he wanted to do. I'm a believer of Jesus Christ, and I know Jesus called him up. I know I'll see him again, and I love him. I miss him. Thank you for coming.
It's like I'm leaving all my past in silhouettes upon the wall. With you, I'm a beautiful mess. It's like we're standing hand in hand with all our fears upon the edge. So stop time right here in the moonlight, 'cause I don't ever wanna close my eyes. Without you, I feel broke, like I'm half of a whole. Without you, I've got no hand to hold. Without you, I feel torn, like a sail in a storm. Without you, I'm just a sad song. You're the perfect melody, the only harmony I wanna hear. You're my favorite part of me. With you standing next to me, I've got nothing to fear. Without you, I feel broke, like I'm half of a whole. Without you, I've got no hand to hold. Without you.
Toast for the realest person that's ever lived, Corbin Blaton. We miss you, we're out here for you, and we're living for you. Here's to Corbin Blaton. Gandhi, show yourself.
Yeah, show that.
Selfie! Yeah, okay.
Father God, we are here today to celebrate the life of Corbin M.F. Blaton. All I want to say is that we miss you, homie, and you've done so much for me, you don't realize it, and how much of an impact that you made in all of our lives, and how many people showed up. It was crazy, bro. And your mom couldn't have done it even any better by having it at the boys' ranch. That was so you, where we're in nature and everything like that, because we couldn't do it in our church like that because you weren't that type of person. I just want you to know that we all miss you, and I love you, and I don't care about the situation that it was, that if people look at you differently because of how you went, bro, you went the realest way anybody could have gone. You were the most realest person I ever knew, and everything that you used to say was real, and you were my brother. Your mother introduced me to your grandparents or aunt, I can't remember your family, as your best friend, and I want you to know you were my best friend, and I love you and I miss you. That's all I gotta say.